rest of the year like I got to. And good morning, Savannah, and welcome to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, live right here on the Soundgarden stage in Coach's Corner, 1 week away from Superfest. You gotta love it. Every Saturday morning, February 4th, Super Bowl already. But anyway, I'm excited to be here, and it's all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. What is the Coach's Corner Sports Network? John Henderson, Lawrence Bennett got together. Let's start a sports network. Well, they started out with Rubbin' and Grubbin' every Wednesday night with the man himself, Brandon Bain, all things NASCAR, but the guy knows football, baseball. The guy's got a cranial vault. He sits up here on Wednesday night and doesn't use any kind of notes. It's unbelievable. But anyway, that's Wednesday nights from 6 to 7, talking all things NASCAR. They got a race going on tomorrow in the LA Coliseum. How do you have a race in the LA Coliseum? Pretty special. All right. You can watch right here in Coach's Corner tomorrow with probably Lawrence Bennett and Brandon Bain and the whole crew that does Rubbin' and Grubbin'. All right. Then, of course, yours truly, the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. Been doing this since 2010. Started on the radio at Clear Channel, then iHeart, then I jumped over to ESPN Coastal. Still got my game day uniform here when I used to do Friday Night Football. And it's a lot of fun every Saturday morning from 9 till whenever. And then the third show, 2 months away, the Herb Brothers with the 19th hole. 5 straight days of talking the Masters. That's right. These two guys, they're out there swinging it, and they're swinging it at each other. So check it out, the Herb Brothers 19th hole. It's on YouTube, okay? Also, there's on Rubbin' and Grubbin'. If you go to Rubbin' and Grubbin' and like it, or you do something, you win a free race car helmet. I don't know. Lawrence, if you're watching, my man Lawrence Bennett, the grandfather of this Coach's Corner Sport next week, tell me what they get for free, Lawrence, and I'll post it right here on my show. Then, of course, we got a podcast, and that's, of course, the Who's on First Base Baseball podcast with the coach, of course, me, and the baseball fanatic, Kyle Lawson. That starts probably start in 2 weeks because that's when spring training starts. So that's my stick on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. When I got let go after COVID-19, I had to find a place to go. What better way than in the center of sports universe, right here in Savannah, Georgia, at Coach's Corner. Great lineup today. First quarter, local news, local sports, rankings, high school sports, college sports. 3 steps in the door. High school, college, pro. Okay, quarter number 2, we got Cam Turner, the old guy, the OG of soccer here in Savannah, Georgia. Big little preseason tournament going on at Island Stadium, across from Islands High School. It's not Islands High School Stadium. It's across from Islands High School. That's going on all day. Go check it out. He's going to tell us about that. He's also, in charge of the Coastal Soccer All-Star Game. We'll talk about that. I think he's been around here 50 years doing soccer. No, he's not that old yet. But anyway, with Cam Turner, about 9:15. 9:30. Now, this is special because some of you probably saw the promo. It's saying, Za'quan Bryan, again on the Karl DeMasi. This guy has been on my show since he's 8 years old. And I promised him when he finally signed that national letter tag, we know he committed to Minnesota Gophers. That's right. I'll be a Gopher fan. Savannah Christian had a player that went there and played there, right? Jalen Myrick. Savannah Christian. I guess that's a connection because, Jalen Myrick was outstanding. Got to play a little with the Jaguars, played defensive back. Well, that's where Za'quan Bryan's going. So we're going to talk about where's the time guard. 2015. It was him, Luke Croman-Hawk, who just had a big interview with Florida State. He's committed there verbally. Okay. And then, of course, Nasir Samuels, right? No, Nasir Samuels. Okay. Those 3 guys are on here. Za'quan didn't even come up to my waist. Okay. Of course, my size is twice the size his, but, he can run a lot faster. He can get a lot harder, but we got him on as my Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic that week about 9:30. Then about 9:45, tough loss last night for the Beach Bulldogs. Local kid, believe it or not, played football at Savannah State, but he also played basketball at AE Beach High School. He's back there as a head coach. I'm not mistaken, this is his 5th year. He's done a great job. Took Beach to the Sweet, not even the Sweet 16 or Elite 8. He went to the Final Four last year. So we'll have Simon Heyward talk about last night's game against Johnson. I think they both split. Now we go to the region tournament about a week away, and it'll be held at Calvary Day School. Ooh, you better get there early if you want to go see those games. And let's give a big shout out to the last quarters. That's where it's quarter number 5. I get 3 videos that I've seen on the internet that I thought was special. Super Bowl, football, and baseball. And then I'll give you Karl's editorial, Karl's Corner. That's how it all started on the Bill Edwards show way back in 2008. Wow. So but I'll give you my editorial on some aspect of what's going on in sports. Little chilly out here, okay? But I'm telling you right now, I got that sun beating right here on the left side of my face. It feels good. I mean, I'm happy to be here. All right, 3 steps in the door. I got to be out here by 9:12 because my next guest on will be Cam Turner. Hold on, we got some comments. You got a comment? Put it right in here, okay? There he is, the producer. He says, good morning, coach, okay? Make it 2 hours. But he's behind the scenes telling me what I'm doing right and what I'm doing wrong. Lawrence, love you, brother, okay? The Savannah Falcons are in the house. Hey, Sunny Pro football team, check it out. They do a great job over there, local sports. And Lindsay Marie Quick, the better half of Brandon Bain. I didn't know who Lindsay Marie Quick was because I know she's married to Brandon Bain. But anyway, she's here every Saturday morning. Listen to what I got to say. Lindsay, you the girl, especially keeping Brandon Bain straight. All right? Then we got, okay, I told you about the gift. If you subscribe to Rubbin' and Grubbin on YouTube and you write Larson in the comments, you can win an autographed Kyle Larson Hillman. But you got to subscribe. Okay, we're trying to fill up the channels. I'm at 175. My young guest just joined me last night. I appreciate it. I'll be following him in college, so we'll have some highlights of him. Of course, here he is, the OG. He's a lot younger than me, but he's the OG of the Coach Karl Sports Network. Brandon Bain, love you, brother. Keep it going. Keep Lindsay. Well, Lindsay's got to keep you straight, so we'll go with that. And an avid listener every Saturday morning, Dennis Kessler. Good morning, Coach DeMasi. I'm always here to watch the best morning show in Savannah. All right, next week, go Eagles. Dennis, I'm from New York. Okay, I'm a Giant Jet fan, but yeah, I'll root for you because you want the Eagles, okay? Once again, it's the Eagles and Chiefs. That's what gets me. It should be a good editorial point. Why is everybody hating on the Chiefs? What have they been in the Super Bowl last 3 out of 4 years? Yes, sir. Why are you hating on them? It's like when we hate on the Yankees. We hate on the Dallas Cowboys. Well, Dallas Cowboys haven't made the Super Bowl in 25 years. But we hate on the teams that are always winning or have tradition. Dennis, good luck. Okay, it'll be a good one next Sunday, right here, Coach's Corner, 6:30. You can watch it. A gazillion TVs, all right? And I'll give you the Superfest lowdown before I get out of here at this break. Okay, I don't know how I'm going to do this in 3 minutes, but let's go with high school sports. 3 steps in the door. We'll start with the high school. South Effingham last weekend, wrestling team are the Class 6A, Georgia High School State Association, Class 6A dual champions. What does dual champions mean? The team championship. Now we're going to traditionals, which the areas are today. They're holding them right over at Islands High School as we speak. Okay. Now the traditional is individual. That's what goes on right now. So South Effingham, and if I'm not mistaken, my good friend, coach would have been Effingham County High School, Nick Smith. He's the AD now. That's the first team championship South Effingham has ever won in their school history since I think 1998 when they opened up. St. Andrews swimming, St. Andrews Lions, Gabby Van Brunt. Okay, she signed her national letter of intent back in November to swim for Alabama. This girl can tread the water. Once again, 3 gold medals at the Georgia Independent Athletic Association swim meet. That's 3 years in a row. She won 2 as a freshman. That's 11 gold medals for this young lady. You want to talk one of the best swimmers that's ever going to come out of Savannah, Georgia? Gabby Van Brunt. Check it out on Coach Sports Report. You'll see who Gabby is. I'll have that girl on before she leaves to go to Alabama. I love that. Alabama. Okay. All right. So that's the big news. Okay. Rankings. We always like to do rankings. On the boys' side, SandySpiel.com, the leader in Georgia high school basketball. Okay. Beach was 2, Johnson was 3, and Calvin was 9. Calvin dropped 3 spots. They're on a little skid here. But last night, Beach and Johnson went at it. And let me get my notes here. Johnson won. That's girls. Okay, here we go. Johnson won. I knew it was something to the 50. 76-50 over Beach. We'll have Coach Simon Heyward come on and talk about that. So that was a big one. In boys 2A, Windsor Forest is still on the road. They're number 8. In Class A, Division 1, Woodville 7. Savannah High dropped 1 to number 9. In girls, Woodville Tompkins number 5. In AD2, Bryan County is up 1 to number 9. In the Georgia Independent Athletic Association, polls on Max Preps. Overall, in that organization, St. Andrews number 1, Memorial Day School is number 2. St. Andrews is number 1 in 3A, and Memorial Day School is number 1 in 1A. Pretty impressive. 2 teams getting noticed by the Max Preps. All right, last night's basketball scores, and then I got to get out of here. All right, on the girls' side, let's go. Richmond Hill went to Colquitt County. In 7A, lost 52-37. In 6A, South Effingham beat Evans 67-41. Great job by Alexis Parker, Calvary Day School star, Prairie View, University of Prairie View basketball player. She does a great job. In 5A, Burke County beat the Islands 53-38. In 3A, Liberty County beat Savannah Christian 58-24. Johnson beat Beach 42-41. Calvary Day School 75, Long County 54. Today at 2:30, Hannah Kell could be breaking the school record. I think Katie Covington had 1,828 points. Hannah Kell is not too far from breaking that today. 2:30 at Calvary Day School. Girls basketball, Robert Toombs Christian beats Memorial Day School 50-18. Boys scores, Richmond Hill beats Colquitt County 50-40. I wonder what happens with the playoffs with that. Effingham beats Glen Academy in 6A 50-40. Effingham knocked off number 1 Brunswick during the week. Evans beats South Effingham 73-50. In 4A, Benedictine, 3 years in a row, region champs, Dr. Frankie Williams, or as I know him as Dougie. He goes way back, okay? Great job, Frank, with Frankie with those cadets. They beat New Hampstead 62-51 after trailing Burke County all over Islands 82-40. In 3A, Savannah Christian beat Liberty County 56-50. Johnson beat Beach, I told you, in a battle of number 2 and number 3 in the state, 76-50. Long County, Calvary Day School drops their 3rd game in a row, loses to Long County 74-53. Windsor Forest, Coach Aaron Clark got those Knights rolling. There we go. Oh, I got to put back on my screen here. Windsor Forest 74, Pierce County 32. Memorial Day School clinches their Region A3. I don't know. I got it on Twitter. Okay, they beat Rob Toombs County 63-41. Dale Mock doing a great job over there. St. Andrews, I think that's win number 22-1. Beat Frederica Academy 65-38. And Bethesda all over Country Day. Well, no, not all over, but a good game, 58-51. Okay, that's high school sports. There's a whole bunch of games today. Go to Prep Sports Report. I got the schedule up there, prepsportsreport.com. Okay, and you can check it out. But up next, he's got to go. He's got to run that soccer tournament over there at Island Stadium. We got the man himself, Cam Turner. Windsor Forest head coach. I think he's been doing it for 50 years, but he'll be on in 3 minutes. You're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report live right here on the Soundgarden stage on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Be back in 3 minutes.
All the time. That's Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt, Georgia. Because Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for over 20 years running. It's no wonder why. There's always sports, live music in the Soundgarden, and delicious and abundance of pub food. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick your favorite TV because Coach's is your place to be. Coach's Corner has been Savannah strong since 1991 and is always open for dining service for lunch and dinner. Remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. Join John Henderson and the crew for the best burgers, wings, and now pizza too. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's right, remember that number, 912-352-2933. So make your next pit stop at Coach's Corner. And as always, make it a night to remember at Coach's. At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From cutting and equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, Come see where everyone is a
Yo,
winner.
you still want some real New York Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road, Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., serving breakfast and lunch right here in Savannah, Georgia. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering has been serving the public for over 3 years. Now, if you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered to your door, go online to SavannahTakeout.com or DoorDash.com, or just pick up the phone and call 912-354-2914. That's right, 912-354-2914. Kabish, and remember, we ain't New York style. We are New York at Rocky's New York Deli and Italian.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room. If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, live right here on the Soundgarden stage at Coach's Corner, Victory Drive, Thunderbolt, Georgia, talking local sports. Now, my next guest is going to talk a little soccer, okay? But for some reason, I don't see him connected. Cam, are you there?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but I can't see you.
I'm
Yeah,
here.
There you go. Okay, let me introduce you first, okay? I just thought maybe I lost you. You know how it goes when, your guests don't show up. It's like they used to do on ESPN Coastal, Kevin Thomas, Bennett. I got it complete.
I remember the guys. I don't remember the names.
Yeah, okay. But anyway, they used to get a yak, okay? But I don't want to yak you, so we're here. BJ Bennett. How can I forget BJ, okay? PJ Zuko, the whole gang. Christian Gokel. But anyway, we got a big soccer preseason matchups going on at Island Stadium. This man has been involved in soccer now, if I'm not mistaken, over 30 years here in Savannah.
Yeah.
So,
once
go
again,
ahead.
I started coaching my brother in 1987, and I fell in love with coaching, and that's what I've been doing ever since. Got into teaching started at Beach High School in 97. And then, that same year, just started with high school and came over to Windsor in 2000 and been going there ever since. And now I'm in the role that you were in for a while there as AD, so running a little bit of everything with all the sports going on. But right now it's soccer season, and I'm back full-time coaching this year. I stepped down in 2018, and I'm back this year to take it over again and see if we can keep moving forward.
Well, I'm just blessing you, buddy, because, that AD job is a tough job. And when you're a one-man show, it's really tough.
Yeah, I was very fortunate to have Emma Sharp, who's now over at Woodville, help me out for many years. But, now because I'm a classroom teacher, I'm not a gym teacher. A lot of people assume when you're a coach, they think you're in the gym all the time. And being a classroom teacher and all the other responsibility that goes along with it is a full-time job, that's for sure. So.
Yeah, little does he want to tell us that he is a hacker over at La Vida almost every day. No, I'm only joking. Not every day. He used to be there every day, but now he's got a different role, being AD, being a teacher, now coaching Windsor Forest soccer again. I mean, so it's a lot of time. But you're from Savannah, aren't you?
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah, I graduated from Jenkins High School in '87. Yes, sir.
That's way before I got there.
Yeah.
But
now, so soccer-wise, so basically, what's going on out at Islands is basically I just kind of host a bunch of games and a Windsor Forest kickoff invitational. And last night we had Savannah Arts girls played Richmond Hill girls, and Richmond Hill girls won 2-0. And then my team, the Windsor Forest boys, played Calvary Day School, and we beat them 2-0. And then the nightcap was South Effingham played Cambridge out of Atlanta, and that was a 1-1 tie between two 6A teams. And really a chance for schools to get to play some good games. South Effingham coach, basically, after playing Cambridge last night, he made the comment, he goes, now my team knows that they can play with anybody. because that's the caliber that's coming in. This morning at Islands is BC. Benedictine's playing Cambridge at 11 a.m. Then we've got Calvary girls are playing Islands girls. And then after that, we have Savannah Arts boys are playing Richmond Hill boys. And then the nightcapper at 5 p.m. is Islands boys are playing Lakeside Evans, which is coming over from Augusta to play them. So, I mean, it's just good soccer. I do it as a kickoff event. We charge $5 admission because, as you know, booster club money and money we need for our sports teams at the public school isn't as well funded as some of the private schools. So I use this event as a fundraiser to, take care of everything that I need for my high school soccer boys, and to outfit them in the gear that they need to be look like a soccer player, feel like a soccer player, and then to help feed these kids. I feed my kids lunch every day if they need, and then we're one of the programs that our kids stay. We have a 7:00 game. If I send these kids home, who knows if they'll be able to make it back depending on what mom and dad are doing. So we keep them all together and do a pregame meal and just get them all sorted out together and have a good time. So, but yeah, we're looking forward to some good soccer today at Islands High School if anybody wants to come out. Oh, wow. You're getting some predators out there at coaches on you.
Well, I don't know if they're going into that garbage can behind me, so we can see. You've been here a lot, so the garbage can's right behind this big screen over here.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, perfect point, though. When you play better teams, you get better. To be the best, you got to beat the best. And that's what I like about this tournament. Like, Islands girls got to open with Calvary, or Benedictine's taking on who right off the bat?
Cambridge out of Atlanta, yeah. So,
they're pretty good.
Yeah, Cambridge is a loaded team. I mean, when you go out and you see these 6A and these bigger teams like Cambridge is, they are they're all dudes coming out there. The JV team that they have is still got some freshmen and sophomores on it, and a school like myself this year, I'm, in rebuilding the program, I got 36 boys out playing soccer, and I've got three freshmen are out there starting. And so when you've got a 14, 15-year-old kid that's a good soccer player, but he's going against a 17, 18-year-old young man who's a good soccer player, there's a huge difference. So it's, this is a chance for those kids to get a little experience playing some of those guys and just see where they match up. And, once again, Cambridge comes down from Atlanta, and they come down because they know they're going to get 2 good games when they come. And, so that's one of the things that just really entices people to come. I've had interest from other schools coming down, but I also want to make sure that I keep it connected with the local kids and the local schools as opposed to making it a statewide event per se. But,
right.
Locally here in Savannah, we've got great talent, and that's going to be the soccer scene this year in the Savannah area is going to be really good. So, I look forward to seeing some of these teams play and then getting out and watching. I do the All-Star game at the end of the year, so I'll have to get out and see everybody. But, it'll be the talent is definitely there because when I speak to college coaches, I get phone calls from coaches asking me, who's the hot forward? I'm looking for a left winger this year, stuff like that. So the college coaches know that we have the players here in Savannah, so they're looking for them now.
I know you jumped the gun on me. So that will be what, the 12th annual Coastal Coaches, Coastal Empire Coaches
All-Star game. Yeah,
I know you got a tongue twister in that one, and then you throw a sponsor on top of it.
Yeah, with specialty sports, exactly. Yeah.
So
this will be the 12th year, but that's going to be the thing that we're looking at is, the team players, how good they are, the teams and how good their players are, but also just, I think this year with the way the classifications are broken and so many schools have moved around this year, it's going to be interesting to see how the private schools do in the 3A level with soccer.
Right. Hold it 1 second now. Okay. If you just tuned in, you're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach Karl Sports Network. We're talking to you name it, the soccer grandfather of soccer here in Savannah, Georgia. He ain't going to tell you that before he got over and started in public school, he was at St. Andrews, but we won't go that far back. But anyway, we got new regions. We got, people that are going against people all the time. You're down to double A. Benedictine's up in 4A. And, all these schools, the girls' side, Savannah Arts Academy is in 3A. So talk about how this is going to affect the regions this year.
Well, yeah. Well, actually, Savannah Arts is down in 2A with me.
2A, sorry.
Yeah, and really.
St. Vincent's went 3A.
St. Vincent's is 3A. Yeah. So as far as boys soccer, we went into a much tougher region than what we'd been in the past because we're playing Toombs, Tatnall, Pierce, Appling, Vidalia, schools that have a lot of soccer talent on them. And then on the girls' side, I think Savannah Arts is going to have a really good chance to make a run into the state playoffs this year. But, on the flip side, you've got St. Vincent's, which has stepped all the way up to 3A. And I think, they're going to have a little run. Once again, I look for a school like that to make it at least to the Elite Eight, and then it's a coin toss. But their run of domination to be able to make it to the finals and things like that, like they've done in single A and double A over the past, 7 to 10 years, is going to be a lot tougher. And you go all the way up to, now we've got Richmond Hill in 7A. We've got schools in 6A, 5A, so it's going to be very interesting. I get to see Richmond Hill boys play today, so I'll get to, kind of get an evaluation of what I think they'll do. But I just think the soccer level across our area has risen so much that now any of our teams that make it to the state playoffs are capable to make a little run. And, in years past when I was coaching in early on at Windsor and we were up in 4A and we had, small numbers, if we could win a first round state playoff game, that was a really big successful season. Now we've changed our standards and expectations to where we hope to make the state playoffs. But if we do, we feel like we can make a good run if our team gels and gets to that point. So I think that's the overall view for soccer in Savannah, that, you make the state playoffs. I think any of our teams this year can make something special.
And don't forget, we also got St. Andrews out there on Wilmington Island. We got the Habersham School. I think the Coastal Homeschool is one of the better programs around here with soccer. So it's not just the public schools or GHSA. Right. We also got Skeezer, we got Giza, we got Gaps, and you name it, we got everything.
Yeah, the Savannah Homeschool program, their girls soccer team is probably one of the best teams around as well. They've got a ton of young ladies that play a lot of club soccer and are homeschooled, and they do a phenomenal job with their program over there. And, St. Andrews is really getting into finding good quality coaches now so that their teams can improve. And, and so last year in the All-Star game, we had probably multiple players from both schools playing in the All-Star game from those, small schools. And so, the talent is everywhere. You just, once again, as a coach, when you're looking at, teams and players, you got to go find them. And the college coaches know that as well. So our whole goal is to, help players get there, because the club soccer scene right now is really tearing up the high school athletics. And
oh yeah,
a lot of kids are getting promised this and that. And, I've been the president of soccer clubs over the past. And, you really as a high school player have to put in the time and effort with the club scene to get yourself recruited. Whereas, in the high school soccer, I do all this stuff and help these kids. And, so that's why we did the All-Star game 12 years ago, because our kids weren't getting recruited from the club ball.
Right.
And so, now we've got these clubs trying to recruit our kids to tell them, just play club soccer, don't play high school soccer. Well,
yep.
Go look at, I'll just use SCAD as a local example. I've got, we've got 5 local boys or 6 local boys that have played on SCAD this past year. And, 3 of these boys are from Windsor. And, who knows if they would have gone to college and gotten a college education if they didn't play high school soccer, and we were able to help them get into college because they weren't, at the club scene, they weren't getting that push.
Well, I know you're the man with all the information. Quickly, once again, recap out there at Island Stadium starting today at 11 o'clock. And then I got my young man here. He's sitting a little cold. You might know the kid, Za'quan Bryan, okay? So he's got to get used to the cold, because
he's not used to it. He said he's about to have some cold weather ahead of him when he makes that next move. But, yeah, so basically the first game of the day is at 11 a.m. out at Islands High School. It's Benedictine versus Cambridge. And then we've got the girls Calvary versus Islands after that game at 1 o'clock. At 3 o'clock, we have Savannah Arts boys playing Richmond Hill boys. And then at 5 o'clock, we have Islands boys playing Lakeside Evans out of Augusta. So full day of soccer. Admission's only $5, so it's nothing big to anybody. And come on out and support us and join us. Watch some good soccer today. And I appreciate you once again having me on. And always fun talking with you.
It's always fun, Cam, and you and I are the same. It's always about the kids, trying to get more info about them, and that's what it's all about. So you want to watch some good soccer, get out there, and then in May you can watch the Specialty Sports Coastal Empire Coaches All-Star Game. There we go. I got it right.
There you go. You got it, buddy. Great job. All right,
Talk to you later.
Leave out of here now. Thanks for everything, and I'll see you later, buddy.
Hey, stay warm.
Yeah, I'm gonna layer up. Thanks, buddy. Have a great day. Bye now.
I'd see you, Kev. I mean, the guy loves soccer. He's been involved in it for. I'm not joking you. I moved here in 1995. He was out there at St. Andrews. Then he went over to public school. He does a great job. So we got 4 great games starting at 11 o'clock. Benedictine boys, of course. 1 o'clock. Islands girls against Cali girls. 3 o'clock. I forgot who the 3 o'clock game was. I think Richmond Hill. Richmond Hill against Cambridge. And then at 5 o'clock, Islands plays, I don't know, he just rattled it off there. But get out to Islands High School. $5, 4 great high school games. Go watch some soccer. All right, well, this next young man has been a staple of the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, whether it was on radio, whether it's been on Facebook, on the internet. He's done a great job. He's finally going to go to the next level. We've been waiting this way. I mean, I had this kid on when he was 8 years old. So we're going to talk about it because he's been sitting here waiting on time, early, okay? And that's, of course, Benedictine, senior, committed, signed his national intent to go play for Minnesota, and he'll be on in 3 minutes. That's Za'quan Bryan. Stay tuned because you'll watch the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network.
All the time. That's Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt, Georgia. Because Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for over 20 years running. It's no wonder why there's always sports, live music in the sound garden, and delicious and abundance of pub food. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick your favorite TV because Coach's is your place to be. Coach's Corner has been Savannah strong since 1991 and is always open for dining service for lunch and dinner. Remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. Join John Henderson and the crew for the best burgers, wings, and now pizza too. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's right, remember that number, 912-352-2933. So make your next pit stop at Coach's Corner. And as always, make it a night to remember at Coach's. At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision. Faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, when it comes to uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. From cutting and equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road, Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. serving breakfast and lunch right here in Savannah, Georgia. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering has been serving the public for over 3 years. Now, if you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered to your door, go online to SavannahTakeout.com or DoorDash.com or just pick up the phone and call 912-354-2914. That's right, 912-354-2914. Kabish, and remember, we ain't New York style. We are New York at Rocky's New York Deli and Italian.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room. If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
Okay, slide in. Get a little closer. Go ahead. There we go. Now he's not a little kid. But once again, welcome back to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. live here, Coach's Corner on the Soundgarden stage, and it's always fun. February 4th, 2023. This young man is our Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete Week. It was probably 4 times. I don't know what it is. It started when he was 8 years old, played in a youth all-star game with Luke Cromahawk, who's going to be a rising senior next year. He'll be a senior at Benedictine, but I always mess his name up.
Nasir
Samuels. Okay, they were on an all-star team. They came in. I was at the ESPN radio studio, and we had a lot of fun talking about their adventures. But back then, I wish I would have taped it. It would have been a lot of fun. Your father probably has it.
Yeah.
But anyway, he committed to play at the University of Minnesota. How long ago did you do that? In the summer?
Yes, sir. The summer.
During the summer, and he waited to the official National Signing Day, not early National Signing Day, to do it with his teammate Lamont
Mitchell,
who was out hurt. He's going
GMC,
Georgia Military College. So he waited for his friend, and his resume is unbelievable. Okay, played defensive back and receiver, and helped lead Benedictine to their 4A back-to-back titles, played in 50 career high school games, had more than 5,000 all-purpose yards and 43 touchdowns, had 208 tackles, 15 pass breakups, 6 interceptions. I think one or two for a touchdown. I know you had one this year.
Yes, sir.
2 in your cream?
Yes, sir.
All right. As a senior, 63 catches for 680 yards, 8 touchdowns, made 7 catches for 65 yards or more, and 1 touchdown in the state championship game. Also rushed for 5 touchdowns, 4 punt return touchdowns. There's just so much. On defense, he had 72 tackles, 4 interceptions. He was named All-State by the Atlanta. You go look at all the publications that he was named All-State. It's unbelievable, but he's had a great career there. And once again, this week's Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete Week from Benedictine, senior defensive back, wide receiver. He probably drove the bus to the games too. And that's, of course, Za'quan Bryan. Well, congratulations, buddy. It's been a lot of fun all these years. I know your dad for a long time. His father played at Groves High School. And when I went over there to coach, the name Dooley was, I'm saying, who's this guy Dooley? And they tell me Anthony Bryan, he was unbelievable there, went on and played at college. But you've been doing this for a long time now. Let's go back. Did you ever think that little kid at 8 years old or whenever you started playing would be able to get to play big-time D1 football?
No, sir. Going back, I would have never thought about it. But, looking at it now, I'm grateful for everything that I have in my life. And just how everything is, how people say everything's falling apart, and I'm just grateful that everything's falling apart.
Well, it's falling apart now. What'd you have, over 30 schools recruit you?
Yes, sir. Over 30.
Over 30. Why Minnesota? Why do you want to go somewhere where it's cold 6-7 months out of the year? When you live in beautiful Savannah, Georgia, you can go out and play. Well, I hate to tell you, the last 4 Saturdays or last 5 Saturdays, it's been 45 or below. But well, for me, it's not. For him, it's going to be like summertime where he's going. But why Minnesota? Why? I know it's a beautiful area. I saw all your social media tweets. You love fishing.
Yes.
Tell us why Minnesota.
Coach Flagg, he stayed in contact with me through the whole process, and he's the only. I won't say only coach, but he's the main coach that showed a lot of interest in me, and that showed a lot towards me and my family, and seeing that and getting that attention, that Minnesota was number 1 on my list. And just all the coaches talking to me every day, FaceTiming me every day, just wanting to be on the phone with me. That showed a lot of, gratitude and, just.
They wanted you.
Yeah, sir. So with that, that was at the top of my list.
I know Mom and Dad are going to have freaking flyer miles, aren't they?
Yes, sir.
Because I don't think your mother or father missed anything you've done.
No, not at all.
All right, I'm going to throw a curveball at you. I tagged the University of Minnesota football, and we got Coach Britt. We know that, okay? Who's the better dresser? Coach Flagg or Coach Britt? Because he showed up at your playoff game. This guy was decked out in a suit jacket. I mean, a blazer, but, it's a tie.
Yeah, I would say it's a tie. It's a tie.
It's a tie. Okay, we got a follower. Well, he's the producer. You can't see him. He's home watching this. But Za'quan, we're so proud of you. Can't wait to follow your college career. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Lawrence Bennett, the man behind the scenes, the OG of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. So people are watching. You got a comment? You got a question for Za'quan? Just put it in the comment box. We'll put it up, and we'll have Za'quan answer it. All right. So Pee Wee football, middle school football. Was the game plan always to go to Benedictine?
Yes, sir. My cousin there, John Webster Kennedy, when he played, when I was, say, maybe 5th, 6th grade, I went to one of the games at Savannah State, just watching BC play, watching him play, watching how the team came together, won the game. That's why I knew I wanted to be. And, Coach Brett behind it, Coach Brett behind everything, coaching, he chewed him out on bad plays, but, in good plays, he picked them up. And, he still does that now. So, Benedictine, BC, that was my home. That was who I wanted to go to.
Well, I had the pleasure of having one of my sons play for Danny Britt. He's a player's coach. He's going to love you to death, but when you do something wrong, the wrath of Coach Britt, he's going to let you know. But he doesn't do it in a demeaning way either.
No, sir. No.
So he's there for you. He's there for you.
Yes, sir.
And, talking about the coaches at Benedictine, and, you're excited about the coaching staff at the University of Minnesota. Tell us about the rest of the coaches there. Because they've been following you since you've been a little kid or a freshman at Benedictine also.
Yes, sir. Definitely Coach Houston. Coach Houston, he's been at almost every middle school game. Him, Coach Phillips, Coach Coleman, Coach Orsini, Coach Williams. They would come to some of our, St. James games. And we played Hancock for, I think it was the semifinals. All the coaches were there, even Coach Brett, all the football coaches were there. So, that showed a lot. And just them being there with me in middle school, I was like, wow, it felt like right now when I'm going to Minnesota. So, but I would say the coaches, they helped a lot during the process.
All right, if you're just tuning in, we're at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week. 4th-time Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week. And you know what, people? The kid deserves the recognition. I told him when he was that 8-year-old, when he signed his national intent to go to college, he was going to be part of my show. And he just happens to done something every year that's been unreal. All right. Freshman year, Benedictine. Did you foresee yourself ever going to these big-time places to play, like Miami to play Christopher Columbus? Did they ever say that to you?
No, sir. Coach Brett never told us about the schedule. He always said just go out and play your hardest, do your best, and leave it all out on the field. So I wasn't really worried about going anywhere else to play and playing these other teams, other big teams in different states. But I was just going to go out and be me and be myself and play my game.
All right, but how many teams from this area make a trip to go play in Miami? What was that experience like?
It was a great experience, driving down to Miami, riding on the buses, being with your team for more than 2-3 hours, traveling to go play somewhere. It was fun, staying in the hotel, staying overnight, staying the day after the game. I'm pretty sure that made our bond way much stronger than usual.
Playing around town.
Yes, sir. So
what was that like down there? What was Christopher Columbus campus like? Was it
we didn't really get to see their campus, but I heard that their campus, like a college campus. So I'm pretty sure.
So they play the stadiums off from the school.
Yeah, so we had to play somewhere else, but I'm pretty sure I heard that their stadium is like a college campus. So
nice.
Yeah, but
good road trip though.
Yes, sir. Great road trip. But we went down to see FAU, Florida Atlantic. We took a tour of that school. That was pretty fun. Just seeing the college before a game. Most high schools don't really get to do that. Yeah, so that was a fun experience.
Nice. And if you're just tuning in, you're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. We're at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week with senior Benedictine defensive back, Minnesota commit, Za'quan Bryan. All right. So the next thing is you've had a great career. And usually he knows it. I send them the questions before they even come on. Even when they were little kids, I gave them questions. I didn't give him any questions. He's a pro now. He should be able to do this in the back of his hand. But did you ever think back-to-back state championships?
No, sir. It's a wonderful experience. Being able to say that you won back-to-back. Most high schools can't say that in Savannah, and most high schools can't say that in Georgia.
The United States.
Yeah, in the United States. But being able to go back to back and winning last year, winning this year, winning my senior year and my junior year, and not, you know, in the middle missing 1 year, but winning back to back, that was wonderful. That was great for us.
Now, you know, Coach Britt was worried about this year. He said your preseason non-region schedule, you guys could go 2-3, 1-4. What was the guys' mindset about going into preseason? Did you guys think about what he was saying, that the possibility that you couldn't come out without winning a game in preseason?
No, so we didn't really think about it. We just, you know, like I said, we're going to come out, play our hardest, play our best. It doesn't matter who we play. We're going to give it our all.
So the guys, one game at a time and see what happens.
Yes, sir.
So, yeah, I mean, it definitely has prepared them for where he's going. So 4 years Benedictine, St. James, Catholic school, education. What has been that experience like?
I mean, I would say it's not really kind of a different experience, but the only thing that's different is, you know, school. You know, in high school you do a lot more because, you know, you're constantly moving. But I would say, you know, coming from one Catholic school to, you know, a Catholic high school, it didn't really change a lot. But yeah, just you know, the school part really changed a lot. So
back in the day when we went to Catholic school, we had the nuns, and that ruler ruled the classroom, and you didn't want to hit with the ruler. But anyway, that's changed also. All right. Teammates over the year, 4 years, and plus the alumni, your cousin, John Wesley Kennedy. I mean, what has it been like for you to go to a school like that where it's all boys, and you know, every time I get somebody on, they talk about brotherhood. Have you lived that same experience?
Yes, sir. You know, at BC, brotherhood really means something. You see a lot of alumni, a lot of guys that graduated 2 or 3 years ago come back to the games, come back to football games, basketball, baseball games, lacrosse, soccer. You see a lot of those guys come back, and you see the bond of brotherhood that they create with the guys that's still in high school. And, you know, this year we had Wesley, Jonah Griffin, Coach, what's his name?
Caleb?
Not Caleb. Coach Phil. Coach Phillip, he played. He was on that 2015 state championship team. So he came back. He helped us. He was our DB coach. Jonah Griffin, Wesley, they came back. They helped us. And that just shows the brotherhood that they poured when they were there. They came back and poured the same energy into us. And that showed off. That showed that, you know, we won a back-to-back state championship.
All right. So you talked about the coaching staff. Majority of the coaching staff are BC alum.
Yes, sir.
Which one out of that coaching staff is the craziest?
Craziest?
Or the wildest? Or the hype guy? Because it seems like Coach Houston is quiet. It seems like, you know, I ate AJ for a long time. He's quiet. Who's the guy that gets you, the former BC cadet that's coaching now, that gets you guys hyped up and pumped up?
No, that's Coach Houston.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
You know, you see him and you think he's quiet, but he's not quiet. Anytime before a game, we're in the locker room before the game. He's screaming. When we do like our breakdown before we, you know, go into our position, skill position, you know, warm ups. He's getting us hyped, talking to us. You know, just he's doing a lot. But you know,
something I knew about Coach Houston. You know,
yeah, he's our hype guy.
He's your hype guy.
Yes, sir.
All right. So now, you know, Benedictine wrap up in May. You doing any other sports? You doing spring sport? You going to stick with track, or you just going to concentrate on getting bigger, faster, stronger from Minnesota?
I'm going to stick with track, but also I'm going to, you know, work out, do it Minnesota. They bought me what is called my workout manual. They sent that down to me. So I'm going to do that, but I'm also stick with track.
And track, what are the events you do in track?
I don't know yet. I haven't talked to Coach Houston and Coach Caleb yet to see what events I'm going to do.
So they're going to get you involved in. All right, so now you're entering college. Any specific major, any specific area that you might be interested before you go in there?
I want to major in sports management, also sports medicine. You know, just to come back and try to build something down here to help kids get to where I am and follow their dreams. Hopefully, get to the NFL one day, and just, you know, we need more people out of Savannah, out of Georgia, to, you know, go to different places and show what Georgia produces. And that's what I want to do. I want to come back one day and just help them build, you know, like a facility or something like that. Just help them and hopefully get them to college, get them to the next level.
All right, last question. Family, mom and dad, been following you all along. I mean, your aunts, uncles, cousins, I don't know how many people have been following you. How much have they meant to your success?
They meant a lot. They've been I would say since I was in Pee Wee football, a lot of my family, my aunts, my uncles, my cousins, they've been to all my games, and they showed me a lot, showed me, a lot throughout the process, and to always go with my gut and do the right thing. So my family means a lot to me.
All right, and the last thing, BC community. Want to say something to the Benedictine community, whether it's your brothers at school or people there? What has that meant to you?
That means a lot. The brotherhood. That's basically like another family. As they're a part of my family too. A lot of the
and
students.
The teachers. And
the teachers. Yes, sir. Basically, BC is another family for me. Besides my actual family, BC is another family, and I will always come back and show BC a lot of love and come back to the school when I leave next year. Come back to the school and just show them that they yeah.
All right. Now number. They give you a number up there yet?
No, sir.
So whenever you get there, you got to see what they give you.
Yes, sir.
Well, Za'quan, it's been unbelievable watching you grow to the player you are, the young man you are, and I'm excited about following Minnesota football again because, like I said, Jalen Myrick out of Savannah Christian went there, had a great career, but take it from a northern guy. Get a lot of one calls.
Yes, sir.
But once again, you've done a great job. Proud of you.
Thank you.
And I'm glad that you never turned me down, and you're always willing to come on and talk about it. And you made a lot of people here in Savannah proud.
Yes, sir.
And, got to say thanks, Anthony Dooley. And mom's name?
Etor Samuels.
Etor Samuels. You guys have done a great job. Once again, this week's Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week will be attending Minnesota next year to play some football up there in Minnesota, and that's Za'quan Bryan. We'll be right back with another local kid that went on to Savannah State, was a pretty good football player and basketball player, but now he's over at AE Beach High School running the boys basketball program, and it's, of course, Simon Heyward. You're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. See you in about 3 minutes.
All the time. That's Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt, Georgia. Because Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for over 20 years running. It's no wonder why there's always sports, live music in the sound garden, and delicious and abundance of pub food. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick your favorite TV because Coach's is your place to be. Coach's Corner has been Savannah strong since 1991 and is always open for dining service for lunch and dinner. Remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. Join John Henderson and the crew for the best burgers, wings, and now pizza too. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's right, remember that number, 912-352-2933. So make your next pit stop at Coach's Corner. And as always, make it a night to remember at Coach's. At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School would consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, it comes in uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. Come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road, Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., serving breakfast and lunch right here in Savannah, Georgia. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering has been serving the public for over 3 years. Now, if you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered to your door, go online to SavannahTakeout.com or DoorDash.com, or just pick up the phone and call 912-354-2914. That's right, 912-354-2914. Kabish, and remember, we ain't New York style. We are New York at Rocky's New York Deli and
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room. If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
all the time. That's Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt, Georgia, because Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for over 20 years running. It's no wonder why. There's always sports, live music in the sound garden, and delicious and abundance of pub food. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick your favorite TV, because Coach's is your place to be. Coach's Corner has been Savannah strong since 1991, is always open for dine-in service for lunch and dinner. Remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. Join John Henderson and the crew for the best burgers, wings, and now pizza too. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's right, remember that number, 912-352-2933. So make your next pit stop at Coach's Corner. And as always, make it a night to remember at Coach's.
And welcome back to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report. How to get that little extra time, how to run out to the car to give my young man his t-shirt for being the athlete of the week, and that's, of course, Za'quan Bryan. You're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network, right on the Soundgarden stage. And it's always a lot of fun when you get the local kids, and they do a great job. Well, my next guest, is a local kid. I'm pretty sure he did go to AE Beach High School. I'm pretty sure he graduated 2010. He's a year older than my youngest son, but he was a football star at Beach. He was a basketball standout at Beach, but he played college football right down the road at Savannah State. And, there's another guy here in Savannah, Georgia, that played at Savannah State and came back and is one of the most winningest boys basketball coaches, even though he didn't play college basketball, and that's Tim Jordan. This young man is following his footsteps. Last year, Beach Bulldogs, 5-4 run, had a great season. They're in the thick of the things right now. Tough loss last night. I know it's tough coming on it, and you're going to be talking about that. But once again, joining me on the Coach's Corner hot seat, the man himself, AE Beach High School now. I think this is his 5th year. I can't believe it's his 5th year. And that's, of course, Coach Simon Heyward. Coach, always a pleasure.
Hey, thank you for having me.
I miss coaching against you, believe it or not.
That was a good time.
We had some good times. Now it's your 5th year, right, over at Beach?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
See, the old guy, as the kids call me, the OG, isn't losing his mind yet. So, but anyway, tell me now. Tough game last night, but the experience that you're having over there. Did you ever think that basketball would be the sport you would be so successful in coaching, not football?
I'm not gonna lie. I caught me by surprise. This Coach Hawthorne doing right here. Coach Hawthorne threw me in the hot seat, and I just had to run with it.
Good on Ulysses. I miss him. Everything's going good with him?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I talked to him yesterday.
Nice. So, all right. So, last year, great run. Everybody's saying it's a Cinderella run, but me having a coach against you and watching those kids over there, you have a lot of talent. And this year, it's just taken off the same way. So tell us what this year's program's all about. This year's Beach Bulldog basketball program's about.
On brotherhood. This summer, with the guys, that's what his barn really started. When we took the trip up to Atlanta to the camps, and them just bonding with each other on the court and off the court. I knew it was going to transition to this year. Of course, we started the season hot. I think it was on a 9-0 run, 10-0 run. And we played in some big games last year. What a lot of people don't fail to realize, every game we lost last year was less than 5 points. So we are a very, very battle-tested group. So.
Well, and people don't realize it,
Coach Lenny Williams over at Woodville, Tim Jordan at Savannah High. You guys don't stay away from the good competition because the coaching philosophy is that. Who's your head coach at Beach when you were there?
Keith Simmons.
Keith Simmons. Okay.
And Coach Ellington, my freshman year.
And even Coach Jermaine before even that, they never stayed away from the good competitions. And you being their coach now, do you understand all those lessons you learned from these guys?
Yes. If you want to be the best, you got to be the best. So every year we're going to schedule some tough competition because I want my boys to see what's out there. You might be the best in Savannah, but let's go see who the best guys in Atlanta, the best guys in Florida, the best guys in South Carolina. Just so they can never get complacent with stuff.
All right, new region, even though you got some of the same old rivals, but new region. Tell me how this new region that has played out this year. I think we got 1 week left of region play?
Yes, it's pretty good. Of course, having private schools in. For the players, it's a motivational type thing because being at a public school, 10 hypothetically, some private school players feel like they're better than some of the public school players, and that just give us an opportunity, to put it on the show it on the court. Who's the best?
Yeah, but you lived in Savannah all your life. No matter what school you guys go to, you've always been running with each other outside of school or playing on AAU teams or playing on football teams together. So no matter what school, you always want to beat that guy, even though you did play with him beforehand, right?
Yeah. It is about bragging rights at the end of the day. One thing about the city of Savannah, and when it comes down to basketball, that basketball is all about pride. Everybody want to be the best. Everybody think they're the best. So it's good that everybody get to showcase their talents against each other.
All right. If you just tuned in, you're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report on the internet, Facebook Live, Twitter Live, YouTube Live. All right. I'm talking to the AE Beach High School Bulldogs head basketball coach, former Bulldog himself, Simon Heyward, and they're off to another great season. It's coming down the road now. Tell us about you guys, though. I always mess his name up. Shamari, you guys say Huggy, not Hoogie. How do you say his name?
Shamari Hugie.
Hugie, go ahead. Tell us about your players this year.
Well, I start off with Shamari. Shamari, great leader. He picked up a lot of the slack. Last year, we had Larry Johnson on the team, and both of them used to shoulder the load, and everybody else just picked up where the slack was left. But Shamari took a big leap this year, being arguably one of the best players in the state of Georgia. And I believe that, and he believed that, and he plays like it every night. Then next, I got James.
Let's stop before you get the next guy. The kid is above the rim. I wouldn't doubt that he can get his elbow and touch the rim, right?
Hey, don't tell him that. Don't tell him that. But yeah, he's explosive, man. He's explosive. He put in a lot of work this summer. James Leach, man, and sleeper, man. Sleeper. This is probably the best kept secret in the state of Georgia. From when I first got him, from his freshman year, looking at him and just seeing him now, man, it just made me proud of all the work he put in. Scout starting to, take a peek. Just waiting for somebody to give him a shot, man. Just give him a shot at the next level. Tyrese Bellamy, another guy, been in the program 4 years, 2-year starter, lockdown defender. Typically when I go into games, I know he's going to pretty much slow down the other team. Best guy on a nightly basis. And then lastly in the starting five, Chandler Reed. Started from as a freshman on a team that made it to the Final Four. I got a habit of starting freshmen at point guard from the past. I'm never shy away from playing freshmen if they deserve it. And we next in line after this year is pretty much his team, his show. I like what I see with the progress so far. He works every day.
Hey, I'm from that old school also. If I got a freshman and that kid can be a player and that kid's better than an upperclassman, that kid's going to play. So, I understand where but a lot of people don't understand that. Well, he's a senior, he's a junior, he's going to, no. It's not about whether you're a senior or junior. It's about what you can do for the team, right?
Yes, sir. I tell my guys every year, man, if you can come in and play, you gonna play,
Yeah.
regardless of the grade. So, that just keep my guys hungry. They can't get complacent because they know the next guy can step up and take their spot.
Well, that's the way it's got to be. You got to have a backup to push the starters, and there's a lot of schools that don't get that, and that's some of the problem. They can't push the first group as you're going to get pushed by the other teams. So you guys are in a dogfight with Johnson. The region is really tough this year. Last night, packed house at Johnson High School. I can imagine what the atmosphere was like. Tell us how you foresee the rest of the season going, and of course the region this year goes to the girls' site, right? The number 1 team's girls' site. So
yeah. For the rest of the season, right now it's about getting everybody healthy. I lost Jay and Newton probably about two games ago. He's trying to work his way back, and of course Shamari Hughes got hurt last night. Waiting to get some information back on him. Hopefully I hear something within the next 30 minutes, but hopefully I can get my guys back for the region run. But if not, we got 3 games for everybody else to step up, and just hope for the best, but we got to prepare for the worst, and we're just gonna move forward.
now, how is your region tournament going to run? Is everybody in the region tournament 1 and 2 get buys to the semifinals?
Yeah, 1 and 2 to get by. 3 and 4, you got to win 1. Everybody else got to win 2 to get in. So, we're just gonna try to hold on, make sure we get one of them top 2 seeds, and give us some extra days for guys to get healthy.
Now, who do you got left next week?
We got Groves tonight for senior night, Long County Tuesday at Long County, and then we got Savannah Country Day to close it out Friday night.
So, how does it feel playing against good old Kevin over there when you guys were, you guys played against each other in high school?
Yeah, it's good, man. Me and Kev, Coach Chuck, we got that brotherhood. We tell each other. We love each other all day until tip-off starts. After tip-off, I don't like it for those 2 hours. And it's a good rivalry. We talk about, if not every day, every other day. And then of course you got the OG Coach Joy, and I enjoy playing Coach Jordan every year. And really just having that connection from both of us playing at Savannah State. That brotherly love, and he always one call away when any of us need him.
Yeah, and he keeps on telling me, because we both of us have been doing this a long time. We've probably been doing it the same amount of years. He keeps on telling me, 1 more year, coach. 1 more year, coach.
He ain't going nowhere no time soon.
He ain't going anywhere.
He ain't going nowhere no time soon.
It's in his blood. Well, Coach, I've said it all along, and I said it when I coached you. You're a great influence over there for those young men. You're doing a great job, and I'm glad Coach Hawthorne said, "Hey, Heyward, you're doing it. You're not running away from it." But I enjoy watching you young guys because Tim Jordan and I are the OGs, but it's always fun watching the young guys and guys that grew up here, taking their school to the next level. Keep up the great work. And anytime you got something to say, just let me know. I'm 1 phone call away, just like the good old OG Tim Jordan.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me on.
And I hope Shamari, everything's okay with him.
Yeah, we prayers, man. Prayers.
I got it for you. I'm going through that too. I got one girl that means a lot. She's been out for 2 weeks because of a bad ankle sprain, so we'll see what happens.
Okay, I hope she shake back soon.
Talk to you later. Good luck tonight.
All right, appreciate it, Coach.
I'm rooting for both of you tonight.
Nah, gotta pick a side. Like I'm saying. Thank you, man.
Have a good one.
All right.
Young and upcoming coach. He cares about the kids. He cares about the school. He went to that school. It's so funny, because, Tim Jordan, there's a football player at Savannah State. Simon Heyward, football player at Savannah State. Then they come back here and they become head coaches, which is, something special. And it's on the basketball court, but they both love their kids. They both love the schools. And Simon Heyward, Kevin Evans do a great job. The young and up and coming pups in the coaching fraternity here in Savannah, Georgia. And I'll be honest with you, even though I'm coaching girls, I love coaching basketball. Coaching boys basketball when I was doing it at Islands High School and coaching against the guys I coached against was a lot of fun. And we knew what each other was going through. We helped each other out. No matter what, we stuck together. And that was so much fun when I coached back there with Tim Jordan and the rest of the guys in that region when, way back when, Jenkins, Karl Bryan. And on Karl Bryan's bench Where's Chucky Campbell? So, it's been a lot of fun watching these guys grow. So, once again, that Region tournament at Calvary Day School next week, 2 weeks. If you don't get there early, you're not getting in that place. It's going to be a madhouse. So, and you got so much talent. We know football is king in Georgia. But in Savannah, Georgia, it's still the round ball. It's still basketball, baby. It's still the rock, as Dickie V would say. Come on, baby, give me the rock. We got to do something with it. And he does a great job with it. So, all right, next up, going out the door. 3 steps out the door. I know, Lawrence, I'm going to be under your favorite 2-hour time limit. Not really. He doesn't like it when I go less than 2 hours. But it's not going to happen today. But I got 3 videos that I watched this week that I thought was something special, so I tag them and make sure I save them. And then, of course, I'll give you Karl's Corner. Karl's Corner is my editorial on something that's going on in sports today. Be back in 3 minutes. Got to thank those sponsors. Once again, I got to let you know what's going on in Superfest, too. Next Thursday, it all starts right here at Coach's Corner. That's right. Coach's Corner has a gazillion TVs. Super Bowl next Sunday. We got Superfest starting on Thursday. $1 wings on Thursday. Oh, I wasn't supposed to say that, right? I was supposed to say that. But anyway, I'll be right back in 3 minutes. You're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network.
All the time. That's Coach's Corner in Thunderbolt, Georgia. Because Coach's Corner has been voted the best in Savannah for over 20 years running. It's no wonder why. There's always sports, live music in the sound garden, and delicious and abundance of pub food. No matter what the season, there's always a reason to check out Coach's Corner. Pick your favorite sport, pick your favorite team, and pick your favorite TV, because Coach's is your place to be. Coach's Corner has been Savannah strong since 1991, is always open for dining service for lunch and dinner. Remember, Coach's Corner still has takeout service. Join John Henderson and the crew for the best burgers, wings, and now pizza too. You can place your order by calling Coach's Corner at 912-352-2933. That's right, remember that number, 912-352-2933. So make your next pit stop at Coach's Corner. And as always, make it a night to remember at Coach's. At Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ. Calvary Day School, we consider it a privilege to meet with your family personally. Call Philip Lee, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299.
For over half a century, it comes in uniforms, sporting goods, or trophies, Thompson's got you covered. From cleats to caps and best prices on the biggest brands, Under Armour, Adidas, and more. From baseball to soccer, volleyball to softball, and yes, football too. Every season starts at Thompson Sports Shop. Come get equipped at Thompson Sports Shop's new location, 6606 Abercorn Street, Suite 102 in Savannah. Open Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and seasonal on Saturdays. At locally owned Thompson Sporting Goods and Trophies, come see where everyone is a winner.
You still want some real New York Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road, Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., serving breakfast and lunch right here in Savannah, Georgia. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering has been serving the public for over 3 years. Now, if you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered to your door, go online to SavannahTakeout.com or DoorDash.com, or just pick up the phone and call 912-354-2914. That's right, 912-354-2914. Kabish, and remember, we ain't New York style. We are New York at Rocky's New York Deli and Italian.
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room. If you can, at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, live on the Soundgarden stage at Coach's Corner, Victory Drive in Thunderbolt, your #1 sports establishment and the center of the sports universe here in Savannah, Georgia. And that's Coach's Corner. Don't forget, next week is Super Bowl. Okay? We have, of course, Superfest 2023. Thursday, $1 wings and trivia. $1 wings! You know who's going to be here? $1 wings, it's going to be me. I'll give away my age. I used to go wing nights when it was 10 cents a wing. Okay, I'm getting old. All right. Friday, oyster roast and karaoke night. Should I come back and sing for you guys? Oh, say, can you see? But well, no, that's a little low. Maybe I'll sing "Happy Birthday" for you. I don't know many songs. Okay, but Star Spangled Banner, "Happy Birthday." I could sing. I know the words, word for word. So then Saturday, 7:00. Van Halen 84, the Van Halen tribute band. One of the best tribute bands that come here to Savannah, Georgia. I mean, I've seen them a couple of times here. It's unbelievable. Journey, Van Halen, John Henderson brings in a good group of tribute bands. And you want to see it Saturday night, kickoff party before the Super Bowl, okay? Make sure you get your tickets, of course. And then on Sunday at 2:00, we'll have Jason, Ross, and Jeremy for Superfest. Oh, we got some comments coming in here. Let's see what we got here. All right, comments. Mr. Kessler, let's see. Coach DeMasi, you sound like you're too close to the mic. Have a good day. I know, I'm getting loud. I got a new mic. I'm glad you told me that. Dennis. And Lawrence Bennett, Coach, anytime it's below 50 degrees, I'll give you a pass on the 2-hour shows. Lawrence, it's been like that for the last 5 or 6 weeks, Lawrence. So I'm glad that you can give me that 2-week pass. But once again, people like Dennis Kessler, Lawrence Bennett, yes, Lawrence Bennett is the OG. He is the producer of Rubbin' and Grubbin', and he's behind the scenes with the Coach Corner Network. I really do appreciate you coming and watching, or whether it's for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, for anybody that's here today. Taking time out of your day to come listen or watch me is pretty special. And, it's all on the internets now. Like I said, I've been doing this a long time. It's a lot of fun, and I got to keep on doing it. Lawrence, love you, brother. All right. But anyway, don't forget, Thursday starts with $1 wings. I'm coming. I am coming. $1 wings. Brandon Bain, who does Rubbin' and Grubbin' on Wednesday nights, Rubbin's about the racing, but Grubbin's about getting food. That man gets, I don't see any food out here for the old guy. No, I'm only joking. So once again, John Henderson, Adele Henderson, the whole crew here, I appreciate you letting me do this because it's a lot of fun every Saturday morning. Whether it's 100 degrees or whether it's 19 degrees. That's right. I was out here when it was 19 degrees about 6 weeks ago. All right, let's get out of here. Let's talk about what I got. I got 3 steps. Well, let me take 1 step back. I didn't get to the professional sports here in Savannah, Georgia. Don't forget, we got the Savannah Ghost Pirates selling out every night. I know they're not winning. They're in 7th place. Last night, they had a shootout against the Orlando Solo Bears. Okay, they went 3 periods. You played 3 periods of hockey. Okay, it was 6-6. They went to overtime. Nobody scored. They went to a shootout, and the Savannah Ghost Pirates lost 7-6. I think, let me see my notes. And tonight, they're back at the Enmarket Arena. They're taking on the Atlanta Gladiators, okay, at 7 o'clock. Savannah Bananas, the countdown is on, people. It's February 4th, February 17th in West Palm Beach, Florida, okay? First game of the World Tour for the Savannah Bananas. They'll be back in Savannah on February 25th to take on the Party Animals. So check it out. They're going to be playing other teams. Major League Baseball alumni team. I want to see the Major League Baseball team, alumni team, play banana ball. All right, we got to review banana ball rules. I'll do that next week before they start. Spring training starts for the Braves February 16th. Pitches and catches report. What else is there? February 23rd. Anybody else comes in? Did I get that right? February 21st. Pitches and catches come in. Don't forget Super Bowl here next Sunday, 6:30. Remember, Superfest, Eagles versus the Chiefs. Tim O'Neill will make his championship tour debut next Saturday at the Royal Golf Dar es Salaam. I think that's in Morocco, okay? A PGA Championship Tour. It's for the Trophy Hussein 2 Trophy. I don't know what that's about. Maybe I need to talk to somebody that knows a little more about golf. Brent, Sean Herb, if you're watching, what is that all about? But Tim O'Neill, Savannah, Georgia, will make his PGA Championship Tour debut next week. So that's the pro stuff. College stuff. Savannah State men are in first place in the SEAC East. Ladies are in second place. Savannah State men's take on Clark Atlanta, the second place team today, 4 o'clock, Tiger Arena. It's senior day. Ladies will kick it off at 2 o'clock against Clark Atlanta, so go out there and support the Tigers. All right. 3 steps out the door, 3 videos that I've watched that made an impact. What did I tell you? Next week, Super Bowl, it's already started. And this commercial, which was on social media, had me rolling. Ben Stiller versus Steve Martin. I got to stop talking so loud. Lawrence, how's the volume? But here we go. First commercial, first video of the week that I saw that I loved. I had to play, Super Bowl commercials. You can't get up and go to the bathroom or in the restroom during the Super Bowl because you missed the great commercials. Number 1.
Hey, I'm actor Ben Stiller.
And I'm better actor Steve Martin.
What?
Well, you're a comic actor. That's not really acting.
Okay, you couldn't act your way out of a paper bag.
Oh, you couldn't act your way into the paper bag that I was acting in.
That makes no sense.
Well, so now we're making sense.
Over-actor.
Under-actor.
Sellout.
You're doing a commercial.
So are you.
Pepsi, zero sugar.
Tastes great. Screw you.
No, screw you.
You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Super Bowl commercials. You gotta love. Of course, that's for Pepsi's zero sugar. I mean, I'm still laughing every time I see that. I mean, I'm a Ben Stiller fan. I'm a Steve Martin fan. Okay, I grew up with Steve Martin, so what can I tell you? All right, baseball. Baseball's been very, very good to me. Braves report February 16th. Bananas kick off Banana Bowl February 17th. But this is about Greg Maddux, the magician. When you watch this short video, watch how this guy can get the ball to do anything he wants it to do. Inside, outside, down, up, you name it. Greg Maddux for the Atlanta Braves was a magician. Wow. Paint the corners there, Greg. 89 miles an hour, and they can't hit it. Today, if you threw an 89-mile fastball, I'd take it over the fence.
And it's strike 3. In a row of them retired.
Wow.
Strike 3 gone.
One of the best pitchers ever in Major League Baseball, Greg Maddux. You got to love that. And now this next one's going to lead into Karl's editorial, but you heard it. For the second year in a row, on February 1st, 2022, this man retired. On February 1st, 2023, this man retired. Is he the GOAT, greatest of all time? It all depends on what you believe and what you think. I really don't believe in the greatest of all time. I believe the greatest of their era. I mean, and if you watched Stephen A. on First Take, and we had Mike Facina, Mike Francesca, I'm messing up his name, and of course, Chris Russo. Mike and the Mad Dog, that's what all started for me way back in 1989 when I used to listen to sports radio. Is Tom Brady the greatest of all time? He might be the greatest at winning. He might be the greatest at playing sports or playing football for 23 years. Got it, was 6th round draft pick, wasn't built yet, wasn't ready to go. But yeah, Tom Brady retired, and I'm going to get to that. I started on my editorial a little too quick.
Good morning, guys. I'll get to the point right away. I'm retiring for good. I know the process was a pretty big deal last time, so when I woke up this morning, I figured I'd just press record and let you guys know first. So I won't be long-winded. You only get one super emotional retirement essay, and I used mine up last year. So really thank you guys so much to every single one of you for supporting me, my family, my friends, my teammates, my competitors. I could go on forever. There's too many. Thank you guys for allowing me to live my absolute dream. I wouldn't change a thing. Love you all.
Pro athletes retiring. and I got into a little bit the greatest of all time. Is Tom Brady the greatest of all time? Tom Brady played 23 years. Tom Brady won 7 Super Bowls. Tom Brady had longevity. But if you want to look at statistics, okay, Joe Montana was probably the greatest Super Bowl quarterback. So, yeah, I mean, the guy knew how to win. I mean, you go regular season, you go by statistics, or who had the most success was Peyton Manning. Mike and the Mad Dog on Stephen A. This week talked about that. Tom Brady retiring, 45 years old. What that guy did for 23 years to play pro football is pretty special. Pretty special when you can go that long and play a game like they play in the National Football League. National Football League football is at another level. High school, college, NFL. It's at another level. Okay? And what he did is amazing. It's amazing. But is he the greatest of all time? He's the greatest at playing for 23 years. He's the greatest at developing into one of the best quarterbacks ever. I mean, Joe Montana, Steve Young, Joe Namath, who started way back in 1969, Terry Bradshaw, Michael Vick. Now we're going with Jalen Hurts and Patrick Mahomes. I mean, every era, there's somebody that stands out. I can't pick a greatest of all time. You know, just like they were talking about on Sports Talk Radio about LeBron James. Is he the greatest basketball player ever? He's not a great scorer. Longevity. They talked, who's the greatest Laker? Does LeBron James get put into that classification? What about Jerry West? Kobe Bryant? These guys played with the Lakers their whole career. Then, of course, you can talk about, I knew him as Lou Alcindor, because when I was growing up, he played at Boys and Girls High in Brooklyn, New York, then went out to UCLA and won 4 national championships, then went to Milwaukee, won an NBA championship, then goes out to LA and wins 5. But players retiring, this one's special. Okay, you hate to see it happen. You know, I've seen a lot of them retire. I mean, we can go back to Willie Mays. We can go back to Mickey Mantle. You know, I've just seen so many retire. But what Tom Brady has finally realized at 45, it's time to hang up the cleats in the National Football League. And once again, this time, he made it a lot shorter, but he was getting choked up. I mean, when you've done something for such a long time, it definitely does have an impact on your life. As for me, you know, I'll be able to retire in 4 years. That means that'll be 2027. And I started coaching high school football and high school basketball. Well, it was high school football first, 1979, as a volunteer assistant while I was in college. Then I got my first high school job in 1982. So it's been, what am I going to feel like? I mean, it's definitely going to be tough because this is something I've done my whole life. But, you know, once again, Tom Brady, you are one of the best ever. You definitely showed that taking care of your body, having the will and the want to succeed, and being the competitor you are definitely one of the greatest of all time when it comes to that. Other than that, I mean, it hit home when I saw him do that, and I saw him live. Okay, because, you know, I'm a sports fanatic. It popped up on my phone. Okay, I had to watch what he had to say. But hopefully this time it's for real. And, you know, hopefully this time he realizes that, you know, it's time to give it to a younger guy. I mean, he played his heart out this year. Threw for over 4,700 yards. I mean, as a 44-year-old guy, a 45-year-old guy, pretty impressive. All right. Other than that, I got a little loud there again. Lawrence, is the mic still giving me a mic check? Lawrence, how's it going? Am I too loud with this new mic? Does it sound clear? He's the producer behind the scenes. He'll let me know after the end of the show. But once again, please say a prayer for what's going on, of course, in the Ukraine. Please say a prayer for all the craziness that's going on in this world, that we get back to normal, a normal life. What is a normal life? Something a little less than all these shootings. I mean, another shooting, a 6-year-old. I don't want to end on a sad note, but I'll end on a good note. I'm a teacher. I go to work every day not worrying about a thing. Going to school every day to worry and teach my kids. Don't worry about any of what's going on with all these school happenings. So, hold it. I got to check my comment box here. I'm dragging it out. It's going to be a minute 30, Lawrence. Thank you. Sounds great. I appreciate it. Don't forget, starting Thursday, let me get my notes here. Okay, Superfest starts here at Coach's Corner. Thursday, $1 wings and trivia. Friday, we got an oyster roast and karaoke. Saturday, 7 o'clock, 84 band, a tribute to Van Halen. And then Sunday at 2 o'clock, Jason Ross and Jeremy at 6:30, the Chiefs against Eagles right here at Coach's Corner. Whatever you're doing today and tomorrow, may you always hit it at the park. And until I speak to you or talk to you, okay, may it be the greatest week ever. I'm out of here. An hour and 30 minutes, Lawrence. God bless. And you got to love it. It's been the Karl DeMasi Sports Report right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. Peace out.